backing into the stake boats. Oh, no, that's for the next heat. So heat 1 underway here in the men's Open B single heat. Top 3 moving on to the final from the 6-boat field. Closest to shore, we have Plamen Pentchev from Lake Lure Racing, Brian Pack from Cincinnati, Jeffrey Turner, that's a scratch there, Sean Carlson, Sylvan Scullers, Tom Pezick from San Diego, and Brian White, Greater Dayton.
He's coming across that 500-meter mark here, so we're in the third quarter of the race. That ultimate test of fitness here. So we have the adrenaline rush of the first 250, the kind of base pace rhythm, maybe the first punch of this fight amongst the crews in the second 500, and then it gets gritty in the third 250.
Right, in that third 250. In that third 250, we're trying to see who has the physicality to really bring it home. But right now it is Tom Pezick from San Diego in the lead. In lane 2 with a very commanding lead over the rest of the field. Top 3 looking to qualify. It does look like Brian Pack from Cincinnati is in that second place spot. He's being pushed by Plamen Pentchev, Lake Lure Racing in that high vis over there on the other side of the field.
Good, and worth mentioning here that Tom Pezick is an Olympian himself. We have a lot of former Olympians here coming down the course.
Absolutely. So all that race experience being put to great use here with a great open water victory in this first heat of the men's B heat.
Definitely looking like Tom is bringing up the rate here, practicing that sprint sequence. Maybe it's a step up in rate, maybe it's just a power shift, but he'll cross the line in first.
Brian Pack of Cincinnati in the final strokes of his race here. Again, with an open water lead over Plamen Pentchev. They're both boats in position to qualify themselves for the final.
Good, and here in the yellow boat coming down the final stretch, that'll be our Lake Lure Racing entry here. And then falling just outside of that qualifying position, we have our, looks like our Sylvan Scullers crew. That single sculler, Sean Carlson, in fourth. Really nice acceleration here from our last sculler, Brian White from Greater Dayton. Really explosive there on that mid-drive. Love to see it. Worth noting, we've already had 2 photo finishes there. We've mentioned it, but I just wanted to go back and get a sense of which one was closer. And I can say definitively our men's open F double heat 1 between Jeffrey and Phillips versus Vagar and Frick was the closest photo finish of the day so far, with a margin of 0.09 seconds. Again, it was only top 2 to final, and they came in third and fourth. So that battle didn't quite get them into contention for the top 2 spots, but a fight all the way to the end nonetheless.
We love to see those battles for places shaping up all the way through the field in these heats. From overhead here, we see the next heat, Heat 2 of the men's Open B final. 5 boats in this field. We have Mike McKay, Heroes Movement over there on the left, Julio Sanchez of Vero Beach, Novak Vukasinovich, Treasure Coast, Michael Ferry of Riverside, and then all the way to the right, Aaron Hack, Everett Association. Early leader here does seem to be Michael Ferry here, just over there on the right side of the screen. But Mike McKay with some aggressive strokes here at the bottom. trying to push himself out in front. 2 lanes separating these guys. Again, each of these single scullers trying to make it into the top 3.
Really high stroke rating there at the top of our screen.
Michael Ferry definitely taking this opportunity to respond to that charge from Mike McKay. And the two of them are kind of pulling away from the rest of the field. This is racing.
Kind of 2 approaches here. So at the top of our screen, we have that Michael Ferry sculler from Riverside, really kind of leveraging his full body weight against those oars and trying to accelerate that boat maybe a little bit faster than Michael McKay is from Heroes Movement in lane 6. Maybe a more power per stroke mentality from Mike McKay, whereas Michael Ferry's just kind of trying to let the boat tap itself along.
Less than 10 strokes left here for our leader.
Really nice straight arm hang, though, from both of these early leaders, trying to use and isolate those legs early on in the drive, even here in the sprint where you might be fatigued. Again, top 3.
In 3rd place currently, Julio Sanchez taking that 3rd place spot, really fighting off some last-minute charges from the rest of the field, but securing that trip to this afternoon's final.
Good, and important to note here, even if you're not making these top 3 or top 2 finishes to get to that final, there's still something to be gained here for all the athletes coming down the course, whether it's learning something